Hey guys, happy Wednesday. It's Dory from Stampin' Always with Dory. And I am here to share with you a fun tie-dye card. Have you guys seen this new background stamp? It's called Spiral Die. It's in the back of your catalog. Oops, sorry, let me turn myself off there. There we go. All right. And it is super cute, and you can make so many different combinations. So I know when I was younger, I used to love wearing tie-dye and making tie-dye. So I love that I can make tie-dye paper too. So our, just in case you haven't noticed, our background stamps are in the back of our catalog. This one is on page 118. So you'll notice they're smaller than they actually, yeah, it says it's shown at 35%. So there's a lot of different ways. Sometimes we use embossing folders to create a background. This time we're going to be using our background stamp. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I made this cool. I guess it's we can say hip and cool since we're doing tie-dye today. Sorry. Okay. Hey Mary. Hi guys, thanks for joining me. You guys were super excited to learn about tie-dye today. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you this one. This is my hello. This one I used Pacific Point. I have trouble saying that one. Sometimes I say specific, but it's Pacific Point. And I also used Bermuda Bay. And I used my favorite green in the whole world, Granny Apple Green. So I used these three stamps. Inks. And then I made this, and okay, and so you could put the hello in the center, but I decided it needed to go down here in the corner because I didn't want to cover up my color that was in the center of my spiral. And this is such a fun way. You could do like your pinks and purples together. Lisa Dieter, I see you out there, so I had to say the word purple. You can do light to dark, you can mix and match. It just depends. You can do the rainbow, like the Lucky Charms rainbow, Frosted Lucky Charms, the rainbow of color here. Okay. And this hello I found from the Artistically Inked. The nice thing about this card, it can be for any occasion. It can be for any age, any gender, okay? And you can use a lot of your different verbiages. I guess that's a word. If not, it's going to be a word today, okay? So you can, do whatever you would like, mix and match, and go from there, okay? So I want to show you real quick. We're going to make one together, but I want to show you. This is the other one I made. And this is where I kind of used my rainbow, my Roy G. Vib. But there was no orange, but when you see that the daffodil and the red come together, they kind of make your orange. So you can do it however you would like, and however it makes you happy, okay? So then I love using basic black behind it. I think it really makes the colors pop. Okay, and then you can put whatever color you would like behind it. You could put it on basic white, but I think pulling one of the colors out of the spiral really makes that the colors pop. So I chose the Granny Apple Green, and I wanted to show you another one of my little tips, tricks, and secrets. Is you can cut. I used a scalloped circle, and you can cut that right out of your basic black layer of cardstock. So this layer of cardstock is 4 by 5 1/4, and you're gonna put that directly on top, but you're gonna cover it so no one will know that there's a little piece missing underneath, okay? So here we go. Let's put this one together and then we're gonna make one ourselves. I just wanted to show you my little trick of not having to grab another piece of cardstock or, you know, cutting a piece. And I'm gonna use Tombow. Just put it around the sides here. And especially around the center because that's where I cut my, hi Diane. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put that on there, just like so. And I'm gonna use my bone folder. These come in handy. They are handy for folding cardstock, but you can also use them to smooth your cardstock down. They're very helpful in that way too. Okay, then I'm gonna put my, my spiral layer on top. This again, I'm going to use my Tombow, and I'm using the flat end of my Tombow. There are two sides to every Tombow. Like there's two sides to every piece of cardstock. There are two sides to every Tombow. So we're gonna put that on there. And like I said, this is called the spiral die. And this one, I can't wait to play with it just a bit more and make some different color combinations. So like I said, you can go from dark to light using like your purples and your pinks, you know, totally up to you what yellows and oranges, whatever your favorite colors are, or whoever you're making it for, you can, you know, kind of do that too. This would be a super fun for a teenager. I think tie-dye is still cool. I'm not sure, but I love tie-dye and I think it's fun to make tie-dye paper at least. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use dimensionals on this one and just add it to the front of my card, but I'm going to put it down in the corner, in the left or right corner, so that you can see the whole entire spiral and you get all the different colors right there. Okay, you can also, if you would like, add a little sparkle to your tie-dye. It's always good to, you know, add a little sparkle. So you can just kind of go over the colors and just a little bit, and with your wink of Stella. Stella is one of my best friends. She adds a little sparkle to everything. Okay, so who doesn't love, you know, to bedazzle their tie-dye? So you can kind of just go over top. It doesn't have to be, not really any rhyme or reason. And let me show you, see if you can see it. Can you guys see maybe a little bit the shimmer? Yeah, you can see it right there in the corner, the little shimmer that it adds. Okay, so that's with the wink of Stella. And then of course, you know, as if that isn't enough, I'm going to use my take your pick tool here. These are very handy when you are using embellishments. And I'm going to just add a couple of my favorite embellishments. These are the opal rounds, and I think I could put these on absolutely everything and, you know, not feel bad. But they have that little iridescent, kind of the little bedazzle in them as well. So you can use that too, okay? So let's do a little stamping together now. So I'm gonna show you how I did this, and obviously you can do this however it works best for you, okay? So I am going to open this up, and what I did is I just left my spiral die right inside of the case. And I am going to put my paper inside my case so I don't have to worry about, you know, moving it around and everything. So I'm using, in order to transfer my color onto my stamp, I am using one of our Stampin' Sponges, okay? So I am going to cut this, and this is allowed, okay? I hear gasps, but it is really okay to do this. So I'm gonna cut it into 6. So look at that, from one sponge, I have 6 little sponges that I can use. Okay, so I have one for every color, if I would like. So I'm gonna take my stamp and I'm gonna open it up, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the one with the blue hues. And you can start however you would like. I'm gonna start with my Pacific Point, okay? And I'm gonna hold it like this, and I'm going to ink up. You can see, let me see if I can do this without giving you guys a headache here, okay? I'm gonna ink up the sponge or take, and then I'm just gonna go around the outside like this, okay? And you wanna make sure you cover everything. Obviously it's not gonna be as dark as it would be if you were stamping right from the, you know, right from the ink, but it's just such a fun way to apply color. And you can make your own spiral, you know, you can add color. Obviously it's gonna overlap, okay? So that is the Pacific Point, and you just wanna come back and make sure you get your edges too, because you don't wanna miss anything, okay? So there's Pacific Point. Then I'm gonna go to Bermuda Bay, it's gonna be my next one. I'm gonna take a new little sponge piece and I'm gonna go around, and I'm going to overlap. So I'm gonna overlap where I had my Pacific Point, okay? Sorry, I apologize. Let me pick this up for a second so you guys don't. Okay, so you're just gonna go around and go around, and you're gonna be surprised what it looks like when it comes out, because each one is gonna be different. Just like, you know, just like we are, everybody's different. We're not all the same. So here's the Granny Apple Green. Oh look, and I was christened with the Bermuda Bay. But again, do the same thing with the Granny Apple Green. I'm just gonna dip my, my sponge in there. You could also use our sponge daubers. So these are our actual sponges, but you could use our sponge daubers. They're the kind of like what I call the little finger puppets. Okay. So there we go, just like that. So it's all covered. So now we're gonna take a piece of our basic white cardstock, and what I did is I just laid it right on top. Okay. Then I took my bone folder. This is where our bone folder comes in handy. It smooths everything out. Okay, just like that. And then we're all gonna be shocked and surprised when we turn it over, where we have that cool spiral look. Okay, just like that. And if you wanted to, you could do one more. Obviously it's gonna be very soft because we've just used it, but you can always get 2 out of each that you've inked out. Okay, see how that one's really soft? And then here's your first one, and there's your second one. Okay, but you could still use it as a great background. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I have this is my piece of Bermuda Bay. So this is 4 1/4 by 11. You could use Bermuda Bay, or you could use Granny Apple Green. Which one would you guys prefer? Do you think we should use Bermuda Bay, or do you think we should use Granny Apple Green? You let me know, and that's what we'll use as our layer. Okay, let's see what the votes say. So while I'm waiting for you guys to vote, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to place my, I have to trim this just a little bit. I used, the piece of cardstock that I used was 4 by 5 1/4. I am gonna trim it down to 3 3/4 by 5. So it will fit on my layer of 4 by 5 1/4 of basic black, okay? So, anybody have a vote? Granny Apple Green or Bermuda Bay? What should we use for our card base? Let's see. Alrighty, so I am gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use my Tombow, and I'm going to attach this to the basic black layer. Like I said, I love the basic black. It just gives it a pop of color. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and put that right on there. We're gonna use our bone folder and we're gonna smooth it down. And that way, especially when you're using your liquid glue, you can use that to smooth down and you don't have any like bubbles or ripples or anything like that, okay? All right, well, I'm gonna use the Granny Apple Green. I used the Bermuda Bay before, so we're gonna use the Granny Apple Green on this one. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're just going to fold this in half. Again, it's 4 1/4 by 11. And we are going to place this right on top. Okay, and we are going to use our dimensionals for this one. Okay, and we will place it. I have a little dimensional backing stuck there. All right, place that right on top. So then this card, this is another one that's great because you wouldn't have to add a sentiment to it right now. You could, I have a larger circle here too. If you wanted to, you could cover up the center, but I like to see all of the colors. Isn't that a fun one, Deborah? The spiral die, it's on page 118 of the catalog. It's a fun one that you can do a lot of different designs with, okay? But again, you can leave these blank. And then when you're ready to send a card, you could, put one of your circles on there. You could stamp your hello or whatever you needed to. So we can do hello. And then you can go ahead and you can add that to the front of your card when you need it. All right. So let me bring these back in and I'm going to show you these one last time. So this is the one that's in the Bermuda Bay. And then this is the one that is the tie-dye. So this is the one that I would love to wear as a shirt. Okay. And again, we just added our Wink of Stella and we added some little opal rounds to this one, but you could leave it as is and go from there. And it's always great to just send a card to say hello. So these are perfect for that. It could be a thank you card. These would be great happy birthday cards, nice, great all occasion cards. So, so that is what I have to share with you. So again, we use the spiral die that is on page 118 of the Idea book and catalog, okay? And we also used whatever sentiment we would like there on our little stitched circle. So I know we all have a plethora of verbiage. So this is a great card and design that you could, get maybe some of your different stamp sets out that you haven't seen for a while. And, you could make yourself a batch of these cards. And they would be a perfect gift too. You could do them in the bright colors. You can even do them in the subtles. So however you would like to make them. So that is my project of the day. Don't forget we have a designer series paper sale that goes until the 30th and it's 15% off of the select designer series papers in the annual catalog. So you don't want to miss that. And also if you need any supplies, you can stop by DorySchneider.stampinup.net and you can use the host code that is supplied right there. So thank you guys for joining me and I hope you all have a great day. Take care. Bye.